There is a specific kind of exhaustion that no one talks about. The exhaustion that comes from the outside world constantly asking you to be someone you're not. You walk into a room and immediately scan for exits. You count how many people are there. You calculate how long you need to stay before you can politely leave without seeming rude. You feel your chest tighten. Your shoulders rise. Your nervous system is already screaming before anyone has even spoken to you. And when you finally get home, when you close that door behind you, something in your body finally exhales. You don't just prefer being home. You need it. Does this feel familiar to you? If you've ever felt this specific relief when plans get canceled, not because you're lazy, but because your body finally feels safe, drop a comment below. I want to know if this resonates with you. Because this conversation matters. They call you antisocial. They say you're boring, lazy, depressed, a hermit. They tell you that you need to get out more, that you're wasting your life, that life is happening out there, not in your living room. But what they don't understand is this: you're not avoiding life. You're protecting your nervous system. This isn't a personality flaw. It's a nervous system adaptation. Psychologists call this optimal arousal theory. Your brain has a baseline level of stimulation it can tolerate before it tips into overload. For some people, that baseline is high. They thrive in noise, chaos, crowds, unpredictability. For others, especially those with histories of trauma or sensory sensitivity, that baseline is much, much lower. Introverts typically have higher baseline cortical arousal, which means they are already operating at a higher internal stimulation level than extroverts. When you add external stimulation, loud restaurants, crowded malls, social performances, you don't reach an optimal state. You reach overload. And when your nervous system is in overload, it doesn't just feel uncomfortable. It feels dangerous. Your body interprets it as a threat. Your sympathetic nervous system activates. Your heart rate increases. Your muscles tense. And if the stimulation continues, your body may do something even more primal. It shuts down. Psychologists call this dorsal vagal shutdown. It's when your nervous system, overwhelmed by stress it can't fight or flee from, initiates a freeze response. You feel numb, disconnected, exhausted, like you're watching your life from behind glass. Home isn't escapism. It's recovery. Picture a child who learned very early that the world outside was unpredictable, unsafe, loud. Maybe they grew up in a household where they had to read the sound of footsteps on the stairs to know what kind of day it would be. Heavy footsteps meant anger. Light footsteps meant relief. Silence meant walking on eggshells. They learned to scan faces for micro-expressions, a tightened jaw, a furrowed brow, a sigh. They became little emotional detectives, constantly monitoring the adults around them to stay safe. This is called parentification. It's when a child takes on adult responsibilities, emotional or physical, long before they're developmentally ready. They become the mediator, the therapist, the caretaker, the one who keeps the peace. And what happens to a child whose nervous system is always on high alert? Hypervigilance. Their body never learns how to rest. It never learns that safety is sustainable. It only learns that vigilance equals survival. So they carry that hypervigilance into adulthood. They walk into a coffee shop and immediately notice every conversation, every door opening, every shift in energy. Their nervous system is still scanning for threats. And the only place they can turn that scanner off? Home. Because home is the only environment they can control. You want love, but love terrifies you. Because when you grew up in chaos, you never developed emotional permanence. You never learned that people can love you even when they're not actively showing it. You never learned that someone can be upset with you and still care about you. So in your adult relationships, you need constant reassurance. You interpret silence as abandonment, a delayed text as rejection, a disagreement as the end. And when your partner tries to get close, when they want to see you, spend time with you, be with you in the world, you feel suffocated. Because closeness feels like a loss of control. It feels like you have to perform again. You have to monitor their emotions again. You have to make sure they're okay again. So you retreat. You cancel plans. You create distance. You tell yourself you need space. But really, you're afraid. Afraid that if they really saw you, the you that exists when you're not performing, they'd leave. So you stay home, where no one can hurt you, where no one can leave, where the only person you have to manage is yourself. But here's the cost. You also don't let anyone in. At work, you're either the overachiever or the ghost. If you learned that love was conditional, that you were only valued when you were useful, you probably became the person who says yes to everything. You take on extra projects. You work late. You never set boundaries because boundaries feel like rejection. This is called fawning. It's a trauma response where you appease others to avoid conflict, punishment, or abandonment. You become a people pleaser, not because you're kind, but because your nervous system believes that saying no equals danger. And for a while, it works. People praise you. They rely on you. They tell you you're amazing. But inside, you're collapsing. Because fawning is exhausting. It requires you to constantly monitor everyone else's needs while ignoring your own. And eventually, your nervous system can't sustain it. So you shut down. You stop answering emails. You stop showing up. You retreat to your home and you don't leave for days, and people don't understand. They think you're flaky, unreliable, inconsistent, but really, you're just trying to survive. Your body keeps the score. Even when your mind tells you you're safe, your body doesn't believe it. You wake up exhausted even after sleeping for 10 hours. Your shoulders are always tight. Your jaw is always clenched. You have headaches, stomach aches, chronic pain that doctors can't explain. This is what trauma does to the body. It creates a state of chronic physiological arousal. Your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight, or worse, freeze. And the only place your body can begin to regulate? Home. Because home is predictable, quiet, controlled. It's the only place where your nervous system can begin to trust that it's safe. If understanding your nervous system and learning how to heal these patterns matters to you, make sure you're subscribed. We go deeper into these topics here. And you don't have to do this work alone. Here's the truth your brain doesn't want you to know. Your brain prefers familiar pain to unfamiliar safety. Even if staying home is isolating, even if it's limiting your life, even if part of you knows you're missing out, your brain says, but it's safe here. And safety, even if it's incomplete, feels better than the risk of being hurt again. This is why you can logically know that going out might be good for you. Your brain recorded it. Every time you tried to connect and were rejected, your brain recorded it. Every time you were punished for having needs, your brain recorded it. And now, as an adult, your brain is simply trying to protect you from re-experiencing that pain. It's not sabotage you, it's trying to save you. Healing doesn't happen in one grand gesture. It happens in micro moments. Here's where you start. 1. Practice letting someone do something small for you without apologizing. Let someone hold the door. Let someone buy you coffee. Let someone give you a compliment without deflecting. Your nervous system needs to learn that receiving is safe. 2. Spend 5 minutes outside your home without a purpose. Sit on your porch. Stand in your yard. Walk to the end of your street and back. Not to accomplish anything, just to let your nervous system practice being outside while still feeling safe. 3. Notice when you're fawning and pause. Before you say yes to something you don't want to do, take 3 deep breaths. Ask yourself, am I saying yes because I want to, or because I'm afraid of what will happen if I say no? You don't have to change your answer yet. Just notice. 4. Create a nervous system menu. Write down 5 things that help you feel safe and grounded. A weighted blanket, a specific song, a cup of tea, a cold washcloth on your face. When you feel dysregulated, choose one thing from your menu. This teaches your nervous system that you have tools, that you can regulate, that safety is something you can create, not just something you passively wait for. 5. Reframe staying home as an active choice, not a default. Ask yourself, am I staying home because it genuinely fills me, or because everything else drains me in ways I haven't addressed? Both answers are valid, but only one leads to healing. You don't need to fix yourself. You were never broken. You were surviving, and survival looked like hypervigilance, like fawning, like shutting down, like staying home where the world couldn't hurt you. But here's what healing looks like. It looks like your body slowly learning that the world isn't always a threat. It looks like you going outside and not immediately scanning for danger. It looks like you saying no without guilt. It looks like you receiving love without waiting for the other shoe to drop. It looks like home being a place you return to because you want to, not because you're hiding. You were taught that you had to earn safety, that you had to monitor, manage, and control everything around you to survive. But the truth is this: you don't need to earn rest. You don't need to earn peace. You don't need to earn home. You just need to let yourself have it. Where are you on this journey? Are you someone who genuinely loves being home, or are you still learning whether you're choosing it or hiding in it? Drop your story in the comments. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today.